Hello YouTube, this is Mr. Captain 707 here, back again with mission, mission 3, Sitka Approach, not tutorial 3, because I've given up on the tutorials. Because basically you can just YouTube them from other YouTube people, and I frankly can't be bothered with doing them because they're too boring. Now I say, so here we're on a beautiful dusk or early morning sunset, flight approach, and into Sitka in Alaska. And for those of you who watched tutorial 2, I mentioned about a little competition about Sitka and flying from Anchorage to Sitka in any aircraft, and we would have a little competition, and whoever done it, I would feature their video in my video, if you sort of know what I mean. So, I would recommend for the joystick. I know this is like it's gonna have like nothing to do with the video, but my joystick, I have a Thrustmaster. I got it from Argos, but you can get it on eBay. I imagine dirt cheap. Yeah. If not, you could just take you could for those of you who are more serious, but I want to be serious, but I don't really have the money to buy a Satek yoke, throttle, overhead panel, and throttle, and no, I just said throttle, just realised that, and trim wheel, but I'm going to save up money until Grand Theft Auto 5 comes out, and maybe beg my parents to buy me that. If I can't, then I'm going to have to buy my own money, but if not, that'll go towards the Satek wheel. So, yeah, I realised I was a little late in descending. But as you can see the aircraft in front of us, he's sort of guiding us where to go. And he's going to be landing on the runway, which is just to the right of us. So I'd say about a 1, maybe 2 o'clock now. So I'm just going to set all flaps and just go down quickly. I know he wouldn't really do this in a real world situation, but because I'm desperate to go down. So we can all lower full flaps. God knows why I just put them back up. But, yeah. So as I mentioned in the last video, my favourite YouTube people are Cessna 154 for his famous, Flight Simulator Experience show. And he gives you all tips and tricks and shows you different things and different payware aircraft that you may be seriously considering buying if you were serious about this game. But otherwise, I just get freeware, but you have to carefully look for the freeware to see if I got good virtual cockpits. If not, you could just use a default aircraft like I'm using here. So this is the default Cessna 172, but it's a mission, so it's bound to be default. So here we go. We're going to end up on our downwind approach, I believe. So we're now finishing our downwind leg, and we're now going on long final, I believe, because we're quite far away from the airport. I'm not going to add full throttle since we are quite slow. Yes, so as I said, with the missions, we're going to go straight down, mission by mission, no helicopter missions, just because I can't do it. And I know the executive transport, the one where you have to transport people from Tokyo, I'll have a go at that, but I'm no good at landing in helicopters. And I tried to do that because I saw it on YouTube, and I won't spoil it for you, but that was quite interesting because you got to fly a plane at the other end of it. And that's all I'm saying, but I couldn't land on the roof, and for some reason the game glitched out on my little metal things underneath the helicopters. If anybody knows what they're called, then just put a link, put a comment in the description, in the comment box, whatever, and the metal things, and they went straight through the ground, and then apparently that crashed. So that's the sort of thing we have to be careful about with FSX. Anyway, my favourite people, Nerd Cubed, because he plays all manner of games. first-person shooter. He goes from Sims, which is more sort of what girls would play or boys would play, which is more like home simulators, for those of you who don't know it, but you must be aliens if you haven't heard of Sims, to things like Call of Duty, and Just Cause 2, excellent game by the way. Just type in YouTube Nerd Cubed, Just Cause 2, or Nerd Free, Just Cause 2. And that's a special Valentine's Day because he is in love with that game, and so am I. Basically, I'll probably explain it if I don't have enough time. I'll carry this on in the next video. But it has, basically you have to destabilize a corrupt government. It's one of them games where, like in Grand Theft Auto, where you have to go around shooting people, but every time you do that you get the cops after you, and you can't do that because nothing blow up. Basically, this is it. This is, basically, and there's a nice little boat down there. Basically, this is basically where you get to do that. So it's basically Grand Theft Auto, but with no limitations. And it's basically, and I quote, he describes it as the best action movie never. Because of the awesome graphics, you get a grappling hook, miniguns, black marker, different military airports, military bases, military harbours, and of course the one thing that men like more than anything, the Mile High Club. I'm not sure, I don't think you can get lap dancers on the Mile High Club, which I'm sure some of you are now saying at your computers go, aww. But, there is a mission based on the Mile High Club, and someone places a bow on it. So, Razor, which is a nickname for one of your bosses, he says that you can't let that big establishment blow up, so you have to go and shoot the bomb and let it drop down and blow up in midair. Yeah, so that's just one of the missions. I think last mission if you type it in, but if you don't want any spoilers then don't. But if you don't want any spoilers, turn your sound down now. Giving you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Which is basically where you have to kill Baby Penny. Baby Penny is the leader of Panau. The island of Panau was fine when his dad, I can't remember what his dad's name was, but let's just call him President Penny. When President Penny was in charge, he was the best I assume he was the best president they had. But when Baby Penny stepped in, all hell broke loose. So you've been sent there by the US government. A lot of Americans in there trying to escape military people. Basically, you just have to go with them and kill military people and do more different things like that to gather intelligence on Baby Penny and eventually find him and kill him. Yeah, so Sitka sunset, we have a nice picture of that as our reward. And next video will be, oh actually you know what our next video will be, I'll have a look now. Midwest Flying, which is take a friend to the flying at Eagle Creek Air Park near Indianapolis, Indiana. Estimated time complete 50 minutes, so that'll be our next video. And don't forget to send them videos in, especially the ones with China. You going from Taipei to Hong Kong's Kai-Tak. I want to see your approach there. And also going from Anchorage to Sitka. And that's got to be dusk or early morning. One of them two. Because I just love seeing Sitka at dusk. Yeah. So I'll do another video on about real world pilots and what you need to do to become one of them. And I'll put loads of links in the description about different airlines that you could try, or different training courses that you can try. So I'll do a video on that, maybe when I've finished all this. Okay, this has been Mr. Captain 707, once again giving you a walkthrough tutorial, or just someone to listen to, because I know I like listening to people on YouTube while I do other things. This is Mr. Captain 707, signing off. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you, and good night.